Good evening. Welcome, scholars. So glad that you guys have made it here for session 3. I hope you are all excited. First of all, I know you guys enjoyed session 2. So I hope you've come ready to enjoy session 3. We have Professor Latanya here, who's going to be dropping some gems about lodging and careers. So I hope you guys are ready. Before I hand it over to Professor Latanya, I just wanted to go over very quickly some of our housekeeping rules here. You guys are well familiar with it. It is that time. Before we hand it over to Professor Latanya, I'm asking for everyone to please turn on your cameras. We love to see your faces. It really helps with the interaction. It helps for our instructors to encourage you guys to participate and get involved at what's happening this evening. So now is the time, friends, to turn on your cameras. Just another reminder to be prepared to participate. Remember that these sessions are going to be what you make it. All right. So we just expect you guys to engage, to have fun, to ask questions, be involved, be present. And towards the end of our time together, we're asking that before you log off, please, please, and please fill out those surveys. It's so important for us to get feedback from you about the sessions, how they're going, and different ways that we can make the experience better for you guys. All right. So with that being said, I will stop sharing and I will thank you so much, Naomi. Everyone else, please, please, please start turning on those cameras as I hand it over to Professor Latanya. So you guys can get ready. Thank you so much, Sanaya, Vani, good to see you. They're coming, Professor Latanya. Those cameras are coming on. It's on you.
Okay. Hello. Now I'm trying to make sure now I can't see anybody. I can't see myself. Let's see here. My camera's messing up as well. So we're going to try this together. I saw someone said something about that. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, we can see the presentation.
Yes.
Perfect. Well, maybe after I figure out about my camera, you can actually see what I look like. But hello, everyone. My name is Latanya Barlow. I have been in the hospitality industry actually since I was about your age. I went to a school called Shawnee High School, and we actually learned how to do travel and tourism. We did, there we go. We studied city codes, telephone etiquette. We was able to actually go on internships in high school. I actually went to Barbados, took a cruise to Key West, and I've been to Hawaii. All while I was actually your age. I was 16, 17 years old, being able to travel. And that actually made me love, love, love this industry. So I was actually very excited to teach you this course because this is a very great industry to go into. College is very, very important. So I want to say, please go to college if you want to. But also, this is an industry where you can work your way up. I actually started at the front desk. I have been to college, but I have started at the front desk, and I have been a general manager by the time I was 30. I've been an assistant general manager, a front desk manager, a revenue manager. I'm currently where this hotel is right here is the Courtyard Marriott. And this is actually where I started from, working at the front desk. Now, in our hotel company, we own about 15 hotels. And I'm currently now at the Silbach Hilton, which is a very famous hotel here in Louisville. It was opened up by some German brothers in 1805. If you are familiar with the gangster called Al Capone, he stayed in our hotel. We actually have underground tunnels that when the police would come, he would hit a switch and he would go out through our underground tunnels and go to the river to go home. That was like during the Prohibition time where you couldn't sell alcohol and things like that. If you're familiar with the book, The Great Gatsby, and Leonardo DiCaprio. He actually stayed at our hotel as well. And our hotel is very famous because of a wedding that took place on the top of our grand staircase. But I want to let you know, this is actually how the hotel industry started. I didn't know if you guys were familiar with that or why everyone loves to check. I love checking in hotels. I love the hospitality industry or lodging and careers, however you want to say it. But I want us to take a brief, to understand where we are today, we have to understand our past. So this is a quick 2 or 3 minute video about how the hotel industry started.
So you are an aspiring or seasoned owner
Oh, sorry, guys.
or manager in the hospitality property industry. Hotel, resort, inn, bed and breakfast, etc. How did we get here? Do you know where our industry started? Hotels, or a version of, have been around for a couple of thousand years, going back to the Greeks and Romans who offered lodging next to their thermal baths, resort towns, and long routes popular with the rich, traders, and politicians. They were also found along caravan routes in the Middle East. In the Middle Ages came the increase in popularity of monasteries and abbeys. They offered a bed and supper to all travelers, not just the politicians and the rich. They were inns with small rooms, often to share, taverns, stables, and houses of the owners all in one place. And they started to appear all around Europe. There were no amenities, but the bed bugs were free. By the 17th century, coaching inns became very popular. They offered travelers food, changed their tires, and tended to their horses. It was around this time that the wealthy folks began traveling more for fun. But they wanted more for their money. Due to this demand, the hotel industry we know today slowly began to form. The late 1700s saw the first public held hotel, the City Hotel in New York City, and in 1829, the first modern hotel, the Tremont House, opened in Boston. This hotel was a site of luxurious firsts. A reception area, free soap, locked guest rooms, bellboys, and perhaps the most important of all, indoor plumbing. Later in the 1800s saw the expansion of rail, and in Canada, the opening of the Grand Railroad hotels, which conveyed class and charm. The hotel industry truly skyrocketed with the launching of passenger airlines. International and even more intercontinental travel were significantly shortened, giving travelers more time to explore their destinations and create income for hoteliers. As airline competition grew, flights became cheaper and available for a wider audience. Then came the internet. This global system of computer networks changed the world. Hotels could now advertise and gain more visitors. With the emergence of online travel agencies, it became easier for travelers to find the hotel they liked and book without leaving the comfort of their own home. They could rate their stay and either persuade travelers to go to a certain location or warn them to stay away. Now, the traveler's choice of hospitality properties to stay has increased dramatically. From the huge modern hotel, to the designer property, to a bed and breakfast, to an ice hotel, to an Airbnb, to a boatle, to a pod, and on and on and on. There are still those who are happy with just a place to sleep, but for most travelers, the bar for hoteliers and innkeepers has been raised very high, and it has become increasingly more difficult to please guests. Today's guest wants an experience. This is where Keystone Hospitality Property Development can.
So as the video mentioned, there are numerous categories of what you can do in the hospitality industry. And I just like saying hospitality because that's where hospitality is consisted of car rentals, Airbnbs, cruises, travel, being a flight attendant, working on an airline, an amusement park, think Disney World, anything like that is that you can go and work in this industry. And everyone would be looking for a lot of different things. But for me, some of the things that I look for to see if you are the right fit for me, for my hotel, when I have to hire people, is do you enjoy helping people? You have to want to share your experiences with people and want people when they walk. So I always say that my hotel is like my house. I want people to feel comfortable in my house. You're a guest in my house. 3 things you need: clean room, hot food, great service. If you can do those things, you have done a great job about being a hotel person, whether it's the restaurant, whether it's housekeeping or food and beverage. So the main thing is, do you really enjoy helping people? Because this is a people pleasing industry. People have their right to um, to use their money at whatever places that they want. There are millions of hotels out there, but you want people to stay at your hotel. You want people to stay at your car rental agency, to drive your cars, to eat your food. So you have to enjoy helping people. Are you a team player? We are dependent upon everyone, and I'm always going to keep saying my hotel. We are dependent upon everyone to help. There are times to where I have to work the front desk, but I have to go work housekeeping because we have 50 people check out today and not a lot of people were scheduled. So I would go work housekeeping. I've actually went to go work in the bar area. I have set up rooms for banquets. It's always something different every day at a hotel or at a cruise operator or anything like that. It's never the same thing because there are different guests that are checking in every single day. The most important thing as well is customer service. You have to be able to speak to people in a good manner to let them know that you understand what it is that they're saying to you, that you're happy to have their dollars been spent with you. You have to be able to be nice to people. People, they have came off the road. They've had this last week, I was in Gulf Shores, Alabama. My daughter had to go to the emergency room. I have to go to the front desk and say, in the state of emergency, where's the closest emergency room? What do I do? You have to be able to be calm and provide great customer service to people. Do you have a spirit to serve? Again, do you want to help people? You have to be willing to help someone. This is a people pleasing industry. You have to be able to want to help people. And also, like what my teacher used to say to me, I'm in this field to make money. I enjoy making money. And there's a lot of money that can be had in what it is that we do. So hopefully you enjoy making money as well. A lot of people will look for a lot of different things, but these are some of the things that I look for whenever I want to hire people and tell people about our industry. Just another quick, short little videos, about 11 minutes long. And this is just going to tell us the types of fields that you can have in the hospitality industry. Because it's just not hotels, it's just not the front desk. It's not just housekeeping. There's event managers, event planning, if you like planning weddings, if you like planning meetings, if you're good at that. If you like being a bartender, or if you want to be a restaurant server, that's a lot of money in that. So there's not one field that you can go into or that you may not like because it's something different every day.
In this video, we will talk about some different aspects of hospitality and tourism careers to help you decide if this is a good fit for you. Hello, and welcome back to our channel. We are glad to have you here with us today for another interesting video about careers in the hospitality industry. Let's start talking about what is hospitality. Hospitality is all about the art of providing your customers with an enjoyable experience in any area that composes the broad spectrum of the hospitality industry. These areas include food and beverage, travel and tourism, lodging or recreation. The hospitality industry is constantly growing and is an area that has a constant demand for employees and qualified labor. So if you're looking for employment or are beginning your work career but have no idea where to begin, this could be.
Hold on 1 second, guys. I gotta turn up my video for a second. I'm sorry. I don't think you can hear it, and I just did something.
In this video, subscribe button and activate the notification to receive more of our videos. A large part of the hospitality industry careers are in the hotel industry. It's a segment that constantly has a great demand for workforce and does not always require previous experience, which makes it a great place to begin your hospitality career. Or even if your goal is not hospitality, but need to get a quick job to pay the bills while working on your next step in another area. There are always many positions available that demand a wide range of different levels of expertise and experience that just about anyone can fill. A few examples of entry-level hotel jobs, which usually have minimal education requirements, are housekeeping, restaurant server, front office clerk, while other positions in the hospitality management, such as hotel management or marketing specialist, may require an associate degree or certificate, along with solid experience in all areas of the hotel in general. We left the links in the description of this video for you to access our online courses for these job positions. Learn these professions quickly and efficiently and receive your professional certificate. So, if you choose to join the hospitality industry, whatever position you apply for, whether you have experience or not, it is important to prepare yourself for the opportunities that will show up in the near future. There is always room to grow professionally in the hotel industry, so never underestimate the power of working hard to gain good, solid experience and be prepared for the next available position to grow in your hotel. Let's take a look at the positive points of working in the hotel industry. But before we continue, if you are enjoying this video, leave us your like and activate.
And I'm going to actually start that again. So far, how does that sound? Does the hotel industry sound like it's something that you guys want to do? Kind of sound interesting? Or have any questions so far?
In this video, we will
No question.
Okay.
notifications for you to continue receiving our latest videos. Some of the positive points of working in the hotel industry are growth opportunities. In hospitality, everybody gets a shot to grow and gain a promotion. This industry is full of opportunities. Anyone can start at the bottom and make their way up to management if you dedicate yourself to the job. Career stability. There will always be a job in hospitality for a qualified professional, and there will always be a market for hospitality because it's founded on human interaction. You are less likely to be substituted for a machine. Acquire global skills. In this industry, you will have the opportunity to meet and help people from all over the globe of the widest range of cultures, and not many jobs offer that. Challenging and fast-paced environment. You will never have a monotonous day in your life. No day is ever the same. Every day you will meet new people, solve new problems, develop new skills that help you grow fast as a professional and as a person. Now let's see some of the skills you will develop working in the hospitality industry. All hospitality jobs help you to develop a wide range of skills and instincts that will be very useful to you for life, be it in your day-to-day interactions or even if you decide to move on to another industry in the future. Teamwork skills. In almost any job you work in, it is likely that you will end up working with other people. The ability to read them, interact, and build relationships is fundamental. Teamwork is a key skill, and hospitality is a perfect environment to master it and learn how to handle different people and act as a team and united front regardless of personal preference in pro of providing your guest with the best experience during his stay. Flexibility. Each day will never be the same. Some days your shift may run longer than planned and others may finish early. Sometimes you may need to accept a manager's last-minute request to show up for a shift of someone else who couldn't. Flexibility and willingness to help are greatly appreciated by any employer and do not go unnoticed. Customer service. This is a valuable skill to develop in the hospitality industry. It teaches you patience and politeness when dealing with customers, where you have to balance the customer's always right mentality with hotel norms and policies in a diplomatic way that leaves everybody happy. Crisis management. Working in hospitality teaches you to think quickly and solve the situations that present themselves promptly. In such a fast-paced environment, crisis is something you cannot avoid. So knowledge of how to deal with it is very important and an awesome skill to learn. Multitasking. While some shifts may be calm, others may be a bit more challenging. When working in hospitality, you develop a great ability to divide your attention, prioritize, and just get things done while still being courteous and diplomatic. The better you get at it, the calmer you will be when a stressful situation occurs, and you will know how to handle the situation with ease. Endurance. No job is perfect. In the hospitality industry, you sometimes have to put in long hours of work. While it can be fun and very sociable, at times it can be exhausting. Being on your feet and physically challenging yourself while working teaches you endurance. But the feeling of accomplishment when you've survived yet another day with strength and grace can be very rewarding. Time management. This is a very important skill to develop in this industry, as every second counts. Lateness is not acceptable for most hospitality employees, especially since so many people depend on your work for a smooth flow of hotel services. And last but not least, respect. Working in hospitality teaches you respect for those who devote their time to make your day easier and provide you quality service. When you have worked in hospitality, you gain a different understanding of patience and hard work. You will be less likely to lash out at an employee knowing there is nothing he can do about the situation at hand. Some important points to think about when you decide on following the hospitality career is to invest in your education, a continued improvement of certain skills, such as learning an additional language. This may be required depending on the position you apply for, so it is always a great investment to have more than one language up your sleeve, especially if you aim to grow in the hospitality industry and put you ahead of others when applying for a job. A second language is important not only for management and reception positions, but also for housekeeping and restaurant personnel, as it does come in handy when you receive a foreign guest at your hotel. This makes it possible to attend to the guest's requests in a prompt manner without having to call management to step in and intermediate for you. The guest will appreciate it and in turn have you as reference when he needs something. Being able to earn tips. Our courses for housekeepers and server contain an exclusive module to teach you the main words and expressions used in the routine activities of these professions in Spanish. Check out the links to these courses and the description of this video. If you have recently arrived in
Okay, before we take a break, I just have a question. From a little bit what we've talked about and a little bit what we've seen on the video, what type of job skills do you think you might have? Anything that you might have saw? Hey, Miss Nene, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
I personally think I'm really good at talking to people, so I feel like being at the front desk would probably be my best job choice if I was to work in that field.
The front desk is really fun. There are multiple shifts you can work. Currently, like at our job, in my hotel, we do a 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. There's a 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. and there's also 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. shift. So depending on what time you want to wake up and what you want to do, the front desk is a great avenue to go into. Also, too, you can get some tip money or, really help the guests, particularly for us, we have Kentucky Derby. And it's when a lot of people come into town. And if you're like a bellman or you work in the restaurant, for instance, too, you can really make a whole lot of money there. But yes, that's definitely a great career choice. And I see Miss Vonnie.
Yes, I think that I'd be good at front desk as well because I can help with the people who are like foreign from different types of countries and everything because I could speak a little bit of some countries. That's it.
That's great. Learning a foreign language right now, if you're able to do a different language, please do that. You can actually make more money by having a lot of different languages. Also, whenever guests are checking in, people always want to see someone that looks like them, that can speak with like them. So being able to just go to someone, I work with a young lady who's very fluent in Spanish and French. And I have, whenever we have guests, I say she can assist you because there are a lot of times where I don't understand what it is that they're saying. I understand a little bit, but not a lot. So if you're able to learn a second language, please do so. I think that's the other hands.
Well, you know, I'm going in the back. I'm gonna go be a chef. Even though I love people and I like talking and a lot of fun, I'm going in the back and cook some phenomenal meals with the door closed and nobody can see me. It's awesome. Thank you.
And that's a great thing too, because I actually love to eat. So people actually eat with their eyes, I always say too, and just to have a great award-winning chef that works with me, works for me is it's great. You know, you can do competitions, you can create menus. You really are able to be very creative in being and working in the restaurant area. Anyone else?
I agree with Naomi and Vonnie. I'm a people person, although my husband says there's no such thing, but I believe there is. And I am a people person and I love meeting new people. I love being introduced to new cultures and, sort of building those connections with people from all over the world. I think that's one of the reasons why the love of travel and hospitality stayed with me all these years, because of the exposure that we had at our high school to be able to travel and to sort of come outside of our comfort zones, or outside of our familiarities. We were able to, that we were exposed to a lot of different cultures, a lot of things that we would probably never have been privy to had we not been afforded that opportunity. So for me, I'm all about the people. So I would be at the front desk, hands down.
It's a great too. And if you're a person that they usually like going places, we also have concierge to where you can, to when guests are checking in, there's like, well, what's there to do in Louisville? What's there to do wherever area you at? Concierge, great place to go. Also too, if you like flying, working in an airline, that's really a great field to go into as well, like Rose was saying too, and the travel benefits. I like to think of something for myself. I love my job, but I also love to travel. And just be able to go to my hotel company, working at Hilton, I can stay at a hotel for $35 or $45, while everyone else is paying $200 and $300. And like I said, I just came back from Alabama. I was paying $35 room night there. I went to Atlanta. I paid $45 at the Embassy Suites. So just the benefits that you're able to get, while you're getting a nice paycheck, but you're also able to travel as well.
I was gonna say flight attendant. That would be above even the front desk. I've always wanted to be a flight attendant. Now joining the military certainly has its benefits, but being a flight attendant, oh my goodness, I feel like that. I mean, it wasn't in the Lord's will for me to be that, but I just, if I had a do-over and if I could just try it out to see how I liked it, that would have been one of the things on my bucket list.
Yeah. Well, it's never too late. Just saying.
It is for me. I don't want that anymore, but I've always wanted to, just to kind of be in the, just to travel the world for free and be able to meet different people and stuff. Like, Yeah, I don't know about this day and age. Like this is a different culture and a different
It's a little
different
scary
time
right now.
Yeah, it's a different time right now. So
you know, and even being in the working at our airport, you know, that's the hospitality industry as well. Ramp agents, people who actually take your luggage and put it on the plane. That's money. A pilot, if you want to fly, you know, that's a great option as well. A TSA agent, again, you have to be kind of careful with everything that's going on, but there are so many fields in our industry that you can go into that nobody really thinks about. And sometimes being people, I don't know what everyone looks like. So just, you know, being people of color or being, you know, minorities, you know, those work well because some people, they need to hire certain types of people. And it's like, hey, you just go work in this industry and make some money. And right now, like my housekeeping staff, I think we get paid per room, and they are getting paid about $7, $8 per room. They clean about 15, 20 rooms a day. Their paycheck is probably more than mine at times. And I just work Monday through Friday. So our industry is limitless of what you can do. Does anyone have any questions so far?
Wait a minute. Did you say they're getting paid $7 to $8 to clean
Per
a
room?
room and they're doing 15 rooms a day?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Man, at $7, it's like $100 a day. And
Yes.
what is it? How long does it take to clean a room?
About 30 minutes, 30, 45 minutes.
Wow.
If that
30
long.
minutes
So
to
it's really
clean a
about
room.
20, 25 minutes. So
We're
the more
talking
rooms
like
you clean.
$15 an hour that they make just to clean a room.
Yep. As I said, sometimes they're paychecks.
I should
And we
not have
keep giving them
started making
raises.
sandwiches.
Yes, we keep giving raises right now because, which we'll talk about here in a little bit with this pandemic, it's hard to actually staff our industry now. So that's why I said that's a lot of money to be had, because you just go in and say, I want to work the front desk and we need you. Because right now, everyone's hiring. So if you can just go into whatever place of establishment that you want to go and work in and really be good, you really have an opportunity to really make the money and go up through the ranks a lot faster now than maybe it was for me 20 years ago, because now we need people to fill different positions. So I say, I think it's a good time to maybe go on a break, on a 15-minute break. If there's no other questions right now, we'll see you back in. I'm on a different time zone than you guys, so I don't know what time to come back, but come back in 15 minutes.
I'm the oddball. Most everybody else is on the East Coast. I'm the one that's in Central Time. A couple of students are in Central, but it's me. So,
okay, because like, all right.
7:09 now?
7:09, yes.
So what is that, 7:24? You guys be back in the room.
All right, see you at 7:24. Okay.
St. Thomas in the Caribbean.
Wow. How is the tourism industry in the Caribbean right now? Do you still see many people traveling as you once did before the pandemic?
Yeah.
Yes, it's like everything was closed down on our side, in the of course in the States. So everyone wanted to go and travel to the Caribbean. Miss Bonnie, there you go. Hello. Where are you from?
Jersey City.
Jersey City. Okay. I'm the only one in Kentucky right now, so it's like I'm interested in where everybody's at.
Well, it makes you feel any better. You're not the only one from Kentucky. It makes you feel any better.
You're kind of like a Texas guy now, you know?
Yeah, for 30 years, you know, is what it is.
Yeah, your Kentucky rights has been revoked. All righty, so let's get started. We got just a few more minutes left. I actually wanted to start talking just a little bit, just breaking down categories of our hospitality industry. Lodging careers, hospitality, you'll hear all sort of words, travel and tourism. It's all really the same thing. It's really just getting people to come and visit your establishment. But like I said, the travel tourism industry, again, there's airlines, think Delta, United, Southwest, whether it's a ticket agent, a ramp agent, TSA, pallet. All those are jobs in the travel and tourism industry. Of course, for our friends that like to cook all the time, with our food and beverage, you have fast food, travel and tourism. We go out of town, you always got to have a place to eat. You have those nice theme type of restaurants. I actually went to a restaurant called, please excuse me, I'm not cussing anyone. It was called Dick's. And it's where people, you go to that restaurant and they treat you like crap, but people like that type of restaurant. So you pay money for that. I'm sorry, I had something pop in my house. I don't know what the heck that was. We also have like our steakhouses, stuff like that. And excuse me, I have to text my kids to make sure they're okay real quick. I don't know what that was. We also have our lodging.
We all about family here, Professor Time. So, you know, there's quite a few mothers that are part of our board and part of the team and have to step away to take care of children. We understand they're part of family. You go right ahead, do what you need to do.
Yeah, so please excuse me. What was that? Because that's how you probably saw me jump real quick. I didn't know what that was. Okay, lodging and recreation. Again, this is something that's really grown over the years. Of course, I put our Marriott hotels in Hilton. I'm a Hilton girl. Holiday Inns, amusement parks, Kings Island, Six Flags, Walt Disney World. All those are jobs that you can work at and to be an owner or be a manager at these amusement parks. Airbnbs, they are taking over our industry of hotels. Whenever you're traveling, you have big families. You may not want to stay at a hotel. You want to rent out an Airbnb, which is someone's house. You want to go and that way you can, all your family can be together. So that is really a growing industry and a place where you can make a lot of money too. So pop quiz. I didn't know if anyone knows the difference between a hotel and a motel. Because I heard that a lot too when people say motels and it drives me crazy because I'm like, that's not what a motel. So does anyone know the difference between a hotel and motel? And there's no right or wrong answer. I'm gonna start playing Jeopardy. Do, 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 do. All right, we got some people to raise their hands. Miss Nene?
This is probably wrong, but I feel like a motel would be more of a house looking type of environment than a hotel would be. A hotel has like the necessities, which is the bathroom and the bedroom, but I feel like a motel would have like a small kitchen where you can actually live in, where a hotel is just for the moment.
Okay, good answer. And really, there's no right or wrong answer in our hospitality industry because I can look at a scenario, I can think one thing, you can have the same scenario, you can think something different. As long as we can come together at the end, we're totally fine. But that's a great answer. Thank you. Ms. Vonnie?
Honestly, I think that a motel is basically cheaper, just a little bit more cheaper than a hotel because hotels would basically have like top luxury rooms for like people who have like high class or more money. But a motel is just basically just a little easy money thing to get into that is somewhat dirty, but it's worth something.
Yeah, good answer. It's a good answer. As I said, there's no right or wrong answer. That's good. Miss Liv, is that how you pronounce it? I'll just please excuse me if I pronounce your name incorrectly.
No, it's good. It's Liv. You said it right.
Okay.
A motel is like a quick, like get up and go type situation. Like if you want to stay somewhere for like a short period of time, then you go to a motel. But if you want to stay like at a hotel, then you stay there for like a day or two or even a week, if anything. But yeah, like a motel is like a quicker thing to stay at.
Okay, that's good. Malachi?
I basically was gonna say the same thing as Liv. I was gonna say that motel is more for quick daily activities. So like if you're traveling, boom, you're gonna be there, and then you're gonna leave. And a hotel is for more of a not necessarily permanent, but more of an extended stay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Extended stay hotels are makes lots of money too, because you always need someone, God forbid there's fires, you know, act of God, you know, stuff situations that you can't stay in your home, you can go stay at extended stay hotel. So those are great hotels. Good answer. Miss Alyssa?
I think the difference mainly is that, like they said, motels kind of temporary. I think a lot of people stay there for different reasons. Like maybe motels are usually cheaper, and if you want like a more relaxed and luxurious stay instead of something, maybe quick, maybe like you have to stop by because you're driving somewhere and you needed a quick place to stay. Maybe you would stay at a motel, but hotels usually have reservations and a lot more like amenities. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Yes. And everyone wants to stay with their lots of amenities, swimming pools, restaurant. You know, there's the hotels that have game rooms. I would like to stay there. I have kids, so I like to go to those places that can. If my kids are happy, then I'm happy. Miss Anaya, did you already say one? Shy? That's okay. I'm kind of shy too. I was very nervous today. That's okay. And for me, what I said, the difference between a hotel and a motel is really a motel, and I think some of you actually said it. They're kind of like you go off the expressway, and they're the small mom and pop type of hotels, and you're driving up to the door. That's a motel. Where a hotel is where you get out of your car, you have to go inside of a place, check in, and then your rooms are actually on the inside. So those are just a little bit of differences of a hotel and motel. But then there are a lot of places, like you said as well, where quick, easy go motels that we won't mention right now. There's hotels or motels like that. There's extended stay hotels, like the bed and breakfast hotels. There are lots of different places and things where you can stay. So good answers, guys. So again, I just wanted to let you know the types of common type of lodging hospitality careers we've already spoke about. Again, front desk agents. And fun fact, when I started the front desk, I was probably making about $6.25 an hour or $7.25 an hour. Now we're up to about $15 or $16 an hour. Some places are $18 an hour. I'm pretty sure in Jersey, where you guys are, and definitely the Caribbean, I had a friend that worked in New York. She was making about $22 an hour at the front desk, and this was like 10 years ago. So definitely look into that wherever you are. Concierge, again, those are just people whenever you just want to go and say, hey, what's there to do today in your city? So those are great. It's a great job to have. A wedding planner, again, if you just like, organizing stuff, you like people getting married, you like making meeting rooms, it's a great thing to do. Travel agent, anybody will call you and say, hey, what's there to do? I need to book a trip somewhere. Event managers, really the same thing as a wedding planner, and there's sales and marketing managers. There's different like little aspects of our job to where an event manager may only plan about maybe 20 or less rooms with a budget of maybe $5,000 or $10,000, where a sales and marketing manager, almost a director of sales, where they're planning everything. They're planning, my director of sales, we have a 300-room property in about 25,000, about maybe 5 football fields worth of meeting rooms. So he has to manage all that. Restaurant manager, executive chef, again, cruise operators, airline pilots, flight attendants, ticket agents at airlines. And again, I was like saying Disney World. Everyone loves Disney. And real quick, before we actually end, unfortunately with the pandemic, you guys had to suffer a lot. with probably no school, things like that. I don't know how you guys are set up in Jersey or at the Caribbean, but of course in here in Kentucky, our kids didn't go to school for about a year. And so they didn't go to school, people stopped traveling. If you stop traveling, you don't need to stay at a hotel. I went from having about 50 to 60 employees to having 5. And people still wanted to, some people still wanted to need a room, things like that. But there was a lot of job loss, which right now is kind of coming back. But this is, again, a perfect time for you to start out your career if this is something that you want to do, because like I said, it's a lot of money. The revenue loss, a lot of hotels had to close down. They didn't know how they was going to pay their bills. A lot of restaurants, I don't know where, I've seen stores or restaurants had to close down. Your mom and pop type of food establishment, you had to get very creative in order to keep making money. And really the guest expectations has, being nice, it has really went through the roof, I should say, too. We no longer have housekeeping services. We don't clean your room every day. We clean it now maybe once a week if you request it. You have to come down to the front desk to get your towels and washcloths and stuff like that. But our guests still think that we're still 3 years ago or 2 years ago before the pandemic, that we still have the same services. And right now we don't. We can't afford it because we don't have people working. My restaurant at the Embassy Suites, we couldn't hire a dishwasher. So we had to serve plates and paper plates and things like that to our guests. And the expectation is these people are paying $150 for a room. Do you want to be served on a paper plate? So how do we overcome those types of things? So if I know that I can't, if I don't have housekeeping staff or if my restaurant staff has to close down, I now have to be super nice to you because I need for you to forget all those things that you once had. But so the guest expectations have really increased now. And this is an article off of hospitality industry that I saw. And it was like the impact that by the hospitality industry was massive due to the workforce and the pause in global travel and tourism and restaurant services. Again, like I said, if people didn't need to come into work, you don't need to stay at a hotel. You don't need to fly anywhere. You don't need to eat anywhere. So all those things are affected by travel and tourism. We need people to travel. The pandemic caused us to have uncertain changes in the customer needs. Like I said, customer experience and their perceptions. Also for us at the hotel level, we had to be very creative on how to do a lot of things. We had to streamline, like we said, had to streamline our workforce. Like I said, we couldn't offer housekeeping services, but we had to do other things in place of that, where we was giving out towels and washcloths at the front desk. We was doing garbage nightly, things like that. Of course, now people should understand that this is an industry where we need people. So we need to make sure we pay people correctly. We need to make sure we are appreciating people because that's very important as well. And hopefully with COVID, we're definitely on the end stretch of this now. Tourism is back up. I have been traveling over this last few months. So tourism is back, but we definitely have a newfound respect for, I've always respected our employees, but it's a newfound respect for people traveling now. And also my team that I work with, I need them. And I now know how important, if I don't have a housekeeper to vacuum my lobby area, I'm vacuuming. So I need people to do certain jobs so that way I no longer have to do 6 or 7 jobs when I was only hired to do one particular job, which is managing people or managing department heads, not doing those jobs anymore. But again, I'm a team player and it all goes about being a team. And when a guest sees my hotel, they see my hotel, not just one particular department. So are there any questions that you might have? Anything I may not have answered correctly, or you may want to know a little bit more about?
Did you see Malachi offer his services to you in the chat? He said,
Oh,
"Oh
no.
man, I'm available."
Oh, come on over, Malachi. Say we need you.
Yeah, you missed his salad last night. He was trying to jockey for executive chef position on the
Uh-oh,
Tuesday
somebody's
night
coming for our
salad
spot.
demo. Yeah,
They're
him
coming.
and Liv. Him and Liv are gonna be the dynamic duo in the kitchen together.
Say no
I
more.
like
Hey,
that.
you need employees? Right here, I got you.
So,
Yes, we do.
Miss Latanya, I do have a question for you, and I'm not sure. I keep getting timed out for some reason. I apologize for that. But can you talk a little bit about any sort of mentoring programs? Because I know that the Marriott, Hilton, these are all larger scale hotels that are basically all around the nation, if not the world. So, you know, their presence is certainly here in New Jersey, as well as just about every state. I guess I'm just trying to figure out if we wanted to collaborate and build a networking pool with industry leaders within the hotels so that we could start these internship programs. What would be the best way for us to do that for our students who are graduating from this program?
Oh, great. Definitely if we have certificates, but we need to actually go to those franchise properties. Franchise is a little bit easier than owned properties, but we just definitely need to just go with them and say, hey, we have this talent pool that's ready to come to work. How can we get them in your door? And it may be something that may be unpaid for a while. There's just like how we did our co-op. I don't know if people are still doing co-op. Do y'all do co-op there? Yes.
I don't know. I'm not sure, but yeah, I thought of that.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely like a co-op program to where we can be like, or we about 4 or 5 hours out of the time, these people can work for us. Of course, I know there's labor laws at different places. They can't work, over a certain amount of hours, but we can definitely start talking to our, I would say hotels are easy. Restaurants, Dre may be able to speak more to that one because I think there's probably more sharper equipment in the kitchen. So I don't know about if you can do that, but I can reach out to some of those hotel people in your area and say, hey, what can we do to get these young adults hired? And to see just kind of starting back the excitement again, because people are not excited anymore. So we just say, hey, we have 10 or so people, they want to work. What can we do?
Absolutely, because we have, some of our scholars on the line tonight who are in that exact predicament, right? Where they're looking for, at the very least, summer employment, but even employment, beyond that. That's one of the resources we want to be able to provide to our students. And so if we could, make that happen, that would be awesome. Now, I don't know if we'll be able to do that at the end of this series, but certainly something in the future to consider, and for us to be able to build that networking or those resources so that we can plug our students in or our scholars in when they're ready, when we deem that they're ready, coming through the program. And when we go through the advanced, portion of the program, once they've graduated and, they've done their due diligence, we can send them out there just like we were,
Yes.
they put us in these, they gave us the list of opportunities, and we selected, or we came with our own, because I think I might have come with my own job opportunity and they were like, okay, well, this fits.
Yeah.
So you can do that. Or, the school provided resources for us and basically just plugged us in where, if we decided where they felt we fit. And I think that's an awesome, jewel or gem that we can provide to our kids, our scholars.
Yeah, absolutely. And even we maybe do like how Mrs. Reynolds taught us about the telephone etiquette, this kind of more in-depth training of what we are dealing with right now. In my opinion, I think hotel operators should be more creative in looking at like you said, the next generation, because who is applying right now is not the people that I need, or the people that used to work for us. I don't know where they're at now because they could have gotten other jobs by now. So you guys really are our next leaders that we need to see those nice smiling faces and people coming through our doors. So that way we can continue doing what we're doing. Like I said, I love making money. I'm sure you probably like making money as well. This is a great time for it. So yeah, let's get to it. So I can help you reach out to some hotel operators out there. People are interested. Or maybe I thought we have a couple chefs on here and maybe talk to some couple restaurants to see what we
Yeah,
can do.
absolutely. Absolutely. Let's do that because that's again, the end result is to really get our scholars set up for success and then put them out there, and allow them to thrive on their own 2 feet. And I really believe that they'll be able to do that. So scholars, it's coming. All right. You're here at a
Yes.
good time and this is a great opportunity because again, the industry is bouncing back now. Right. And I think a little faster than what was anticipated.
Mhm.
So, I think there is absolutely a need in every aspect of hospitality and travel right now because people are now so much more on the go than I feel like even before, right? Everybody's trying to make up for the last 2 years. So
Mhm.
this is the time. And this is an opportune moment for you all to learn what it is that you need to learn to hone in on that craft, whether it's through culinary, whether it's hotel management, whatever you decide, whatever path you decide to take. Learn all you need to learn through this program and this course, and then allow us to help you be set up for success. I'm excited.
Yeah. Yeah. In the hospitality industry, the culinary, like I said, it's so easy. This is one of those things you don't really need. Again, education is very important. I am for education for college, by the way. But this is, if college is not for everybody, you can go into trade schools and things like that. This is a type of industry where you really can work your way up. It is by hard work. What you put into this is what you're going to get out of it.
Right.
Like I said, I've been doing this for 22 years. I started at the front desk making $6,000 an hour. I now make a little bit more decent money now. I'm in some upper figures now. I had to work my butt off, but I got there. And saying you can do it too.
Right. There's a question or a hand up. I think it's Alyssa.
Hey, Miss Alyssa.
Oh, no, sorry. I forgot to put it down before. Sorry.
Oh, no, you're okay. Anybody have any questions, any more questions, anything like that?
No.
Well, I know she's saying thank you, but I truly want to say thank you to everyone in the class. I was actually really, really nervous. I can talk to a lobby full of people, but talking to you young adults was a little bit nervous for me. So thank you so much for allowing me this time to share with you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Ms. Latanya, for your time and provide that the information, wealth of knowledge that you have being in the industry so long. So we appreciate it so much.
Good. Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity, Rosie and Dries. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. And kids, get prepared. We're going to have Professor Latanya back for round 2, where she's going to walk you through the day in the life of a hotel.
Person.
Yeah, of a hotel person. This is going to be interesting.
Yes,
a
it'll be
little bit more.
fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit more interactive. Going to have a few more tasks to do,
Yes.
if you will. And we're going to make this.
Scenarios. What would you do? I actually had a nice scenario that happened Monday. We had a guest who may or may not threaten my boss. We don't know. What would you do?
Oh man, this is going to be interesting. So kids, make
Yeah.
sure scholars, make sure you tune in and you're here on time. Thank you guys who were on time for being ready today and excited. Y'all that kept your cameras on. We definitely appreciate you. Make sure you take a look at the course evaluation in the chat, right? Before you log off this call, because you get to end early today. So I don't want to hear no excuses about anybody not finishing this course evaluation. Please click on the link, take the course evaluation, let us know how the course went for you. You know how we do it. We've been doing this, well, except for my newer scholars, my return scholars from the other ones. Y'all know how it goes. We need to know the feedback of what you think of the class, because it's for you and for your generation, because we're giving back to the future generation, okay? And that's you. So if you would, click on the link, do a course evaluation. Once you're finished with the course evaluation, please put a thank you in the chat box. And once you put that thank you, you can log out, okay? Thank
Yes.
you, Liv. I appreciate you. Thank you,
Thank
Adrian,
you.
Sanaya, Vonnie.
Bye.
Have a great evening.
Good night, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Alyssa.
Have a great day.
Thank you, Malachi.
Thank you. Good evening.